Welcome to the Replies for 2021, where we break down the most head-turning moments from the Big Ten football each week. I'm your new host, Emily Ehman, joined by former Husker receiver Kenny Bell and former Buckeye linebacker Joshua Perry. Guys, I'm excited to get this season going. First up, we have a lovely PJ Fleck pulling his best Forrest Gump impression here on the sidelines after a run from Mo Ibrahim. I mean, man, this guy's form is so good. Kenny, you got some thoughts?
Yeah, actually, I was pretty impressed. The initial acceleration and the awareness of finding the referee, I found it was good. Like, he had good awareness on the field, good acceleration. Would like to see a little bit more hip drive out of the coach, a little bit more knees too.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting here, man, because his warm-up routine has to be just on point, because you never know when he's going to break out into a run. We see him between the quarters, kind of running down the sideline, getting to the other end of the field. But here's this guy breaking it out, doing it with a dress shirt and tie on as well. So he gets some style points off of that one.
I think you expect nothing less from him. I like the arm drive from him, but you're right, Kenny. A little more hip drive, maybe working those kettlebell swings.
Get him in the weight room.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Haskins the Rascal, fifth-year D lineman Haskins Garrett, recovering a fumble in the third quarter, returning it for a 32-yard touchdown in Ohio State's win over Minnesota. There's not a lot of things better than seeing a big man touchdown, especially when it comes from someone like Haskins Garrett. Joshua, I know you got some thoughts on this as a fellow Buckeye.
Well, first off, we got to give my guy Zach Harrison a little bit of credit. He's a Central Ohio guy, too, went to my rival high school, getting the strip sack, and that's what starts the whole thing off. But yeah, Haskins the Rascal doing rascally things again. I'm really excited to watch the impact that he has on the D-line, but it seems like this dude's going to find a way to score a touchdown. Did it last year, he's doing it again this year.
It really does seem like the guy finds a way to the end zone for a big man. You guys said it best. There's nothing better in sports than a big man touchdown. He was dancing on last year's Replies. I believe the first episode too. He had a pick six against Sparty. So hats off to the kid. He's becoming a great player, and he's really a force on that D-line for Ohio State. Heck of a play, heck of a game.
I mean, along with that, he kind of looked like PJ Fleck out there. He was moving.
Yeah, I would say the hip drive was a little bit better throughout, though. Yeah. He had the nice hip drive off the line of scrimmage, finished it in the end zone.
Yeah, I imagine the referee knows where he's at rather than coach knowing where the ref is at, too. My goodness.
Next up, we have a crazy play out of Nebraska's win against Fordham. We got a kick straight to the dome from Nebraska's safety. Kenny, I mean, that's got to hurt, right? He played it off, but come on.
I mean, I'd like to think he didn't feel it at all, and all he cared about was getting to the rock. But gosh, that thing was pound right to the kisser. Like there's no way he didn't feel that one a little bit. But it got better as time went on with the play, because the kicker clearly did not want to be tackled whatsoever. So the chest pass is really what got me about this play. Is that, yeah, just a hot potato, get it away from me. They confused the referees. They didn't know that it was a forward pass after a fumble. It felt like the carnival music should have been playing during this one.
Yeah, so I think we had a discussion about this on the Replies last year, KB, but I'm a fan of taking the rules out of special teams. There was a play last year where the punter kicked the ball off of the ground. I think that should be totally legal. It's not outside the spirit of the game. Kickers should be allowed to do whatever. If they got to throw a ball to try to get it out of their hands to avoid a hit, they're kickers. Let them chest pass a ball. I don't care. But the biggest part about this, man, is on defense. I think blocking a kick with your face could be the best thing to do in order to get some face time, because they're always over there showing wide receivers like you, always showing the quarterback. They never show the safety, never show the linebacker. Block it with your face, get a little bit of face time.
That's one way to look at it, JP, and you are a glass half full kind of guy. I like it.
Next up, during Rutgers' game against Temple, the ref gets absolutely trucked. Joshua, how bad do you got to feel after something like this?
As a player, you feel a little bit bad, but I think as an official, you got to understand there's an occupational hazard that you might get truck sticked by a player. And honestly, after watching week 0, I think all of the officials in America should have been on notice that the playing field is a little bit more dangerous than it was a year ago.
Yeah, I mean, you said it perfectly. Week 0 was complete carnage against the referees. I think 2 of them were knocked out of the game in the Nebraska-Illinois game. Was something I've never seen before. So yeah, you put it right. I feel like, the teaching tape should definitely go around the college football scene for the referees and be like, hey guys, if I'm a young guy in the room, I want to avoid collisions like these.
If I'm a young guy, okay,
yeah,
I might be paying attention to this. So you're not over there looking crazy when we roll back the game tape next week.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But mayhem. But hats off to the referees. Got to keep your head on a swivel.
As a Bloomington, Indiana native myself, my favorite thing to come out of last weekend was Indiana, because we seem to have forgotten how to spell the word Indiana. Now we spell it every single game, every single sporting event and chance. I'm not sure how this went unnoticed. And it's not even like 2 letters were switched. Everything was just so wrong at the end. Kenny, do you think running back David Holloman knew it was wrong and just said, screw it? Or do you think he was too nervous to notice in his first collegiate game?
That's a good question. And I have no idea. If I was being honest, if it's game day and I'm getting dressed, or if even at like practice, I'm going in front of the media, the last thing I do is like look down and make sure whatever I'm wearing is spelled correctly. I feel like that's something that happens in like childhood bad dreams, right? Like you look bad because someone messed up the writing on your shirt. That's a tough break for the kid. So hats off to Coach Allen for coming out. That was a good way to little comic relief coming back at it.
Yeah, definitely Tom Allen, Media Training 101, disarm the media after a tough game. Yeah. He's phenomenal. I just love the personality there. I'm sure we'll see more of him in the replies. But I've got a story. When I was at Ohio State, Braxton Miller came out of the locker room with a nameplate on the back of his jersey that said B. Myler. And somebody caught it in warm-ups, and they got him together. They did the emergency sew kit and put on a proper nameplate. But these things tend to happen. It's just a shame when it's the school name and it's on the front of the jersey.
Yeah.
It's not even like they could patch it up and add a little like piece of tape somewhere to add an I. It was just so wrong.
Yeah.
Just take the whole jersey off.
That's it for week 1 of the replies. You can catch us next week, and thanks for watching.